Hi everyone, welcome back to Laravel Academy. It's Mickey again, and in the previous lesson, we set up our email controller to take our user input and save it into the database, regardless if the email has been in there before. The one thing that is missing is we are not displaying any error messages if the email address doesn't meet our requirements. If we open up our email controller in Sublime Text, we can find underneath App, HTTP, Controllers, and then Email Controller. In the store method, we're validating our email address so that it is required or not null, and it meets the email standards. When we call the controller validation, Laravel is automatically going to return back to the previous page with our user input found in the request and the error messages from our rules here. This means that no changes have to happen in our email controller for the errors, but we need to locate the blade file. So let's go over to Resources, Views, and if we take a look at our home.blade.php, you can see right here, we're checking an if statement to see if we have a success message in the session. If we don't have a success message, we're including this partial here. So this would be a good opportunity to include the errors. Laravel will automatically throw all of the errors into a message bag, and by default will give us access to an error variable. We can easily check the count on these errors to see if we have any within that message bag. If we have any errors, let's just display a div using some regular Bootstrap here. We'll have an alert with an alert danger, and then within this alert, let's just have an unordered list. And what we need to do is run a for each loop. So we'll say for each of the errors, and we want to make sure we get them all as an error. Let's just display the error message. Now to end this block of code, we'll end it with a end for each, and that pretty much should do it. So if we have any errors, we're going to come into this block here, and we're going to display all of the errors within our message bag. If we return to Chrome and we click sign up with no information in our email address, you'll see that we get the error message here. Now, this is just one way to display the error messages. Let's take another look at how we can use this a different way. And actually, let's just leave this commented in, and you can just check it out in the source. The next way we're going to look at it is using some Bootstrap classes. What we can do is we can check to see if we have any errors and assign those classes to our divs. For instance, we could check to see if we have any error messages by using the function has and specifying the element name, in our case email. So we'll say if we have any errors for the email, let's add a has danger into the class name. Otherwise, let's leave it empty. Let's copy the code that we have here because we will reuse it for our input element. Inside our form control, let's paste it in. So we're checking to see if we have an error for email, and instead of has danger, let's add the class of form control danger. And the last thing we'll do is let's add some text to tell the user what is actually wrong. Underneath our input group, we'll say if errors has, and we'll check again for the email. So if we have any errors for our email, let's just include a default Bootstrap block here. The class we will use is form control feedback. And all we want to do is we want to grab the errors message bag and grab the first one for the email and just display it to the user. Now, if we switch back to Chrome and we click sign up with nothing in our email address, you can see this definitely changed our form and made it a little bit nicer. Let's actually get rid of the text here. So let's copy this out, save it, refresh, and hit sign up. And I think that's pretty good. It doesn't jump around the page anymore. We can also just quickly test to make sure our email address can be added. And that's it. So this brings this lesson to a close, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.